so strong.
Tonight I decided to make some pierogies. If you don't know what a pierogi is, it's a pastry that you put mashed potatoes in, and then you kind of crimp it down, and you boil them in water, and then you can fry them up in a pan with a little bit of butter and salt and whatever you want. But I'll take you through the steps of that. But first things first, here I got to get my dough going. So I'm going to use my mixer today, my stand mixer, because I'm just not in the mood. So I'm going to, the dough is going to be 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, 4 eggs, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm going to use my dough hook and let it do the work today. So I'm going to take this over to the KitchenAid and get her done. I'm going to start that out on a low and then just kind of keep an eye on it. And then the other thing that you're going to need is 1 egg yolk for a wash, because you're going to like paint the outside of the pierogi dough so that it will stick together when you pinch it. And so I'm just going to get cleaned up, watch my dough, and I'll be back in a little while. All right, so my dough is in a ball now, and I just got to take it out, and I've got to knead it a little bit until it becomes a little more smooth, which it's not that hard. And then we will go from there. I'm going to be doing this for a few minutes. And I need 2 hands to do it. So I will be right back. All right, so I've got my dough in a ball. Now I'm going to go and it's telling me to cut it in half. And then save the other half in a bowl covered, and so that it doesn't dry out while I'm working with this one. So we will put this in this little bowl here, and we'll throw a towel over it, and we're just going to let it hang out there for a while. All right, so now I've got this. I think this is good now, and I'm going to go and I'm going to start rolling it out. Needs flour. Flour. All right. Rolling pin. I'm just flattening it out a little bit, trying to make it a little more round. All right. This dough needs to be a little thinner, about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch in thickness. So yeah, this will take me a little bit to roll it out. In fact, I might even get my attachment for my KitchenAid mixer and have that roll it out. It's just one of those days today. It's cold out, it's crappy, and it's snowing and raining, and yeah, snowing and raining. Yes, snowing and raining. And it's just crappy. And I just don't feel like doing a lot of work today. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how tired of this I get. And then maybe I'll put it in my KitchenAid. That remains to be determined. that's the second half I will do. All right, so I got my dough rolled out, and now it's going to be time for the egg wash. So they're telling me just to use the yolk of the egg for the egg wash. So that's what we shall do. All right, put you in here. Break you up a little bit. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to use this. It's like a little, kind of like a cookie cutter, I guess. But I use it to make pierogies. Normally, pierogies aren't quite this big, but this is the smallest one I have. So this is what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to close it together. And then kind of use it like a cookie cutter. And then... let's see. I need a spidge. Okay. Just going to lift this out of here. Like so. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to lay it in the middle here. Kind of push it, press it down a little bit, get it into the crimps a little. And now I'm going to take my potatoes. Forgot my spoon. These are already seasoned. They have garlic in them, butter in them, milk in them, salt, pepper, onion. So these are good to go. But you don't want to overfill these though. It's a mess if you do that. So be conservative when it comes to filling them. And then now we're going to take our little bit of egg wash here and just go around the edges of it. Make like a glue. And we're going to pinch it together. And then we're going to have a delicious little pierogi. Look at that. Isn't it cute? It's adorable. Yeah. So I'll make another one. In case you missed it. Okay, I'm going to use this kind of as a cookie cutter. Press down. Take your spidge. Yes, I'm calling it a spidge. Growing up, I have a brother that could not say the word spatula, and it always came out spidge. So it kind of stuck. So everybody in my house, and my family calls it a spidge. So we're just going to press this down a little bit. Take a small ball of our cold mashed potatoes, leftover mashed potatoes. Put it in the center and glue it together. Maybe I need to move that over just a hair. And then fold, shut, and pinch. And there we go. Another beautiful little pierogi. I'm just going to continue making these until I'm out of potatoes. So this is what I've got. I've got still some leftover mashed potatoes. And I've got a plan for these. I'll show you what that is coming up. And of course, we still have dough over here that I haven't used up yet. But I got 4 pierogies out of here. Or 5, sorry. I'm not good at math. Not even when it's right in front of me. So I have 5 pierogies there. And now I think what I would like to do is, because I only have about a pound of hamburger left after a dinner I made the other night. And it's not really a lot enough to really do anything with. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rest of my dough that's been resting over here. And I'm going to take a slightly bigger one than the pierogi one is. And I'm going to make an Italian pocket. I'm calling that an Italian pocket. And it's just going to be filled with hamburger with the dough. And we're going to throw some salt, pepper, onion, garlic, basil, Italian seasonings, oregano, The whole damn cupboard. I'm just gonna throw it in there, and I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm not picky. Hubby is picky, but I'm not picky. So I'm just gonna do this all. Oh, I forgot. I gotta wash my hands now. Pardon me. I'm coming. I just gotta make sure that my hands are clean. No transferring of any ick. All right, here we go. I'm gonna throw some oregano in it. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Nice. We're gonna throw some basil in there. I like spice. We're going to throw some garlic in there. I'm not really measuring anything. I'm just eyeballing it because honestly, when it comes down to taste, it's really what you want, what you like. Some salt. That's good. And pepper. All right, now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna toss this on the stove and get it all browned up and cooked. So I decided I'm gonna use my helper here because my arms are having a hard time with this dough. It's a very tough dough. It's got a lot of yolk in it, which makes it tough. So this is just gonna help me get it flattened out so that I can roll it out. So bear with me here for a minute. See what I can do with that. Much easier. Sometimes you just need a little help. And today was just one of those days that I just needed a little help with it. There, it's much easier to roll out now since it's flatter. So here's my other one, my bigger one that I'm going to use. I'm just going to cut that out like I did the pierogi. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to lay it in there like that. We're going to fill it with our meat. I cooked it all up with the spices and that. It smells awesome. So we're just going to put some in the middle here. Don't overfill it. Again, don't overfill. I know it's really hard not to, but try not to because it just makes more of a mess in the end. All right. And we're just going to egg wash the edges like we did with the pierogies. Make it a sticky. And then hold it and push down. There, perfect. Perfect little, whatever this mixture of meat is, pocket thing. So, all right, I'm back to rolling out some dough. And I'm hoping that I can get at least 3 out of here. I'll be able, hopefully 3. And I don't know, I might have some leftovers. I have no idea. We'll find out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll this one out. I got some help. I love this thing. Anybody that's ever had elbow surgery, shoulder surgery, or just, you know, you're getting older and your arms are getting weaker, highly recommend one of these attachments. They are the best. And I say shoulder surgery and elbow surgery because I've had both. And sometimes rolling out dough can get to be a little much for my arms. All right, that looks good. And again, just going to go ahead and cut it out like a cookie. Put it right in there. Put our meat in. I guess I'm making kind of a hodgepodge dinner tonight because I have some leftovers and I hate wasting them. And I really don't want to freeze them because I just don't feel like it. I feel like getting rid of some stuff in my fridge. So this is what I'm doing tonight. Okay, here we go. Pinch it, push on it, open it, voila. All right, back to this thing again. All right, dealing with these leftover mashed potatoes yet. So I like this little egg because I don't have a lot of potatoes in here. I just need a little egg in there, but you're gonna take an egg and crack it inside of your potatoes. And these are deep fried mashed potato balls. So I think I'm gonna do about 3 eggs in here. What you do is you just take your mashed potatoes with your egg and stir that up, get it incorporated into there. That was the perfect size egg too for this little bit of mashed potato that I have. All right, that looks good. Looks like it's all in there. Oh, you know what? I think, you know what I'm going to add? Because I have very little of that, whatchamacallit. What did I do with it? I had some of that Parmesan cheese left from that onion soup that I made last night. Where are you? There you are. Gotcha. All right, so there's not much in there. There's just a little bit here. So I think I'm going to add that to my potatoes because I think it's going to taste really good. So, all right, another ingredient that's going to get used up. I'm going to start using my hands here a little bit because sometimes it's just easier. You know, it is. It's just easier. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this back in the fridge for a few minutes because I want it to get stiffened back up because it's getting kind of warm because they've been sitting out for a little bit. So I'm going to put this back in the fridge and I will be right back. And then we're going to roll them into balls and we're going to dredge them in egg and then coat them with my homemade breadcrumbs. Okay, so now my potatoes are a little bit firm because they were in the freezer. I'm just going to take and I'm going to roll them in a ball like this. Get them into a potato ball. And then I'm going to just dredge them in some egg mixture. And then drop them in here and just kind of lightly coat them with my homemade breadcrumbs, which I will put a link down into the description so you guys can find that if you'd like to know how to make them. And now I'm just going to kind of sift it out like that. And then I'm going to slowly drop it into my oil. And I'm just going to keep doing that until my potatoes are gone. And then these will be on high. And I'm going to leave them in there to deep fry until they are golden brown on both sides. I mean, we're not going to have these with dinner, but I think they'll make a nice little snack. These are turning into a nice golden brown. And these ones, I believe, are done. Oh, I broke one. Oh well. Give them a quick flip. Oh, those are so good. They smell amazing. I wish they had smell-o-vision already. That with the Parmesan cheese in them. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff. These will be a nice snack for tonight or tomorrow. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit because that oil is getting awfully warm. But you understand what's going on. You know, you have your potatoes, you roll them up, you put them in you dredge them in the egg mixture, and then you put them with the breadcrumbs, and then you drop them in your oil, and then they come out, and they're very, very crunchy. They smell amazing. But I'm going to finish this up and get cleaned up. And with my pierogies, my meat ones and my potato ones, I'm going to bake these at 350 until they're done. They're golden brown, and then they'll be done. The other night I made Salisbury steak, homemade, and I made gravy, but I made a little too much. So I think that onion mushroom gravy is going to go great with these. I think it's going to be delicious. Into the oven we go. So as you can see, these turned out really well. They are golden, they're brown, they're buttery, they smell amazing. And this is my beef one. And these are my potato ones, pierogies. And then I have my really crunchy potato balls, which they're so good. They really are. And plus I put that Parmesan cheese in there. So I got a lot of stuff that I used up today that I needed to get used up, and I think it's going to work out. So I have this gravy that I made the other day with some Salisbury steak that I made I had left over, and the potato balls. I'm just going to go ahead and serve them up with some ranch and call it good. You all got this.
So strong.